Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Unhinged Fangirl with me, Destiny. Hey, it's been a second since I've actually recorded a podcast, or at least it feels like it. So welcome back. Thank you for listening. What do I have to tell you? Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Unhinged Fangirl Podcast. Also, I have to preface this episode by saying, if you're watching on YouTube, a couple weeks ago I talked about how I had like the acne that babies get. I think it's called Malia or something. I look it up every time and I forget every time. But yeah, I was talking about that and how my face looks like there is a bacterial infection on it, or a fungus, if you will. And it went away. And now it's back again. So that's really awesome. I'm having a great week. I'm having a great time. It's really like, couldn't have asked for anything better. So I am wearing some pimple patches. And if you see the tiny little bumps on my face, no, you don't. All I'm saying is I'm hoping that this clears up before my friend's wedding, because the last thing that I would want is for my face to look like this in the pictures that she's going to have for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lala is also this weekend, which is why I'm filming this a little early and also so late at night. But yeah, Lala's this weekend, and I don't really care about that because I don't really go all out for Lala anymore. Like, obviously I love going, and it's such like a tradition thing, and I have fun every single year, but I don't really like put much effort into like outfits or the way that I look. Like, I definitely don't put on makeup. I put on makeup the first year that I went, and baby, the way that I sweat, like, that was just not feasible, nor was it realistic. And I don't understand how the girls do it. I really, really don't. But more power to them. That's not me. So I don't really care like what I look like, honestly. I'm just worried about like, because I'm thinking that I'm getting this like baby acne because of sweating. Like, I think it's sweat induced because, I don't know, every time I look it up, it's like, well, the keratin is not breaking down in your skin, so it's getting clogged. And so that's what makes my skin act like this. But I'm a sweaty girl, so I don't know what you want me to do. And also, I've been sweaty my entire life, so I'm not really understanding why now my skin wants to act this way. Like, you know, you would think at a certain age that you would just like have clear skin, or at least I thought so. Like, I thought my hormones would be balanced and like everything would work out and I would have clear skin like the rest of the 20 somethings that I see everywhere. But no, we are continuing to struggle, and we are continuing to just not thrive. Like, I don't understand. Like, you would think that I am washing my face with mud the way that my skin looks sometimes. I'm like, yeah, and not the good kind of mud, like the bad mud, like dirt. I'm talking dirt. But no, I take all the precautionary measures. I do my skincare routine every single day and night. And this is the things I get. Okay. Yeah, totally. You know, it's times like this where I'm like, God, do you have something against me? Like, did I, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to think about that? You know, like, you can't help but think like something must be against me. And it's not just the skin thing. It's like everything, you know, but that's another topic for a different time. Anyway, what made me unhinged this week? I don't know. Okay, so this isn't really what made me unhinged. It's just like something I'm unhinged about, you know? So this week I have been rotating in my music between Megan Thee Stallion and SZA. Now, what does that say about me? That's a great question. I don't know. Because at one hand, when I'm listening to Megan, I'm like, wow, I really wish I could shake my ass like her. And I'm like, I wish I was like good at reciting raps, and like I would just be I want to be her, okay? And then on the other hand, I'm listening to SZA and I'm like, wow, this is sad. So I don't know what that means for me mentally of what I'm going through. It's like, yes, I want to have fun. I want to shake some ass, but I'm also like sad. I think I just figured it out. That's exactly it, because that's pretty accurate. Yeah, kitty, kitty, yeah, kitty, kitty, yeah, kitty, yeah, kitty, kitty. Like, Megan has so many hits. And it's like, she's one of those artists where it's like, it doesn't really matter if you know the song or not. Like, you're going to get down. Bong, 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 bongos. Beat it up. Every time I think of bongos, I think of Katya. Anyway, let's move on. There's actually so much to talk about. And I just don't know where to start, because the last time I talked to you guys was right before my ATEEZ concert. And let me just tell you, a time was had. It's really like being a multi like K-pop stan, being a multi stan in general is like so awesome. And I'm like, that's a weird term for me to use, because I'm like, isn't everybody a multi stan? Like, doesn't everybody like everybody? Is that a crazy concept? Apparently it is. But you know, I've been to my fair share of K-pop shows now. Like, I'm aware of what's happening, and I've seen ATEEZ before. This is my second time seeing them. And, you know, I really, really liked this show. The tour, the In Your Fantasy tour. Come take a seat in your fantasy. You know, I need to stop singing on here because I hate it when I watch it back. But anyway, the tour was incredible. This tour specifically, it is focused a lot on their solo acts because there are 8 of them. But the last album that they released, they all had solo tracks. So they all performed those solo tracks, which was so much fun. Okay. I had a ball. I had the time of my life. Do I wish I was with someone to have the time of my life with? Of course. Of course. But I was by myself. But the girls in my section were actually very fun, and like, I was giggling to what they were saying, because like, one thing about an AT show, like, whew, they're going to give it to you every single time. Again, ATs, they're kind of sluts. Like, in the K-pop world, they are more popular in the States. And I fear that is because they are sluts. On stage, you would think it's like a completely different show. I would love to take someone who has never been to a K-pop show to an AT show and just like see their reaction, because it's like, are we all seeing this right now? I mean, you know, Sungwa's going to give it, like, he is going to give you a fantasy. Like, he's going to give you a fantasy. Okay? I actually, like, I can't even really think about that show because I miss them so bad. And the fact that Zikers is opening for them in Los Angeles. LA when I catch you. LA when I catch you, and you know why. You know why. But anyway, I was so excited to hear Lemon Drop live, because Lemon Drop has been my song of the summer. Lemon Drop, like, and it delivered. It completely delivered. Also, another thing that I do need to note about the show is that they had a live band, which like a lot of people don't do anymore. And I just love a live band. Like, Stray Kids had a live band, and ATEEZ has a live band. So I'm like, I love a live band. I just love live music. It's a little different, obviously, than the track, but it's like more authentic, I feel. And it's just like, it brings a fun vibe. And they can like freestyle or do whatever. Anyway, I loved barking with Mingy. I love going to the club with Hongjoon. I love going to church with Jungho. I love going to I love going to the strip club with Sungwa. I love going to the strip club with Sungwa, like, as well as San. I loved being at a one-man band show with Wooyoung. I loved going to the theater with Yeosang and who am I missing? I'm missing one. I feel like I am. No, I think I got them. I got them all. Yeah, everybody's like solo stages were so good. I mean, Seonghwa is just, I don't know. But I do have to say that I was completely and utterly bias wrecked by Yeosang during the show. I could, like, don't get me wrong, I love all of ATEEZ. ATEEZ is one of the groups that I'm like, I really have a hard time nailing down a bias for ATEEZ because, again, they're just one of those groups where I'm like, I love all of you. I love every single one of you. I'm also like that with P1 Harmony. It depends on the day. Like, get me on a different day and I'll say somebody else. But more recently, I've just been very, like, honed in on Seonghwa. But again, I love them all. But Yeosang, specifically this show, I was just, like, mesmerized. I was mesmerized. And then when he came out in his solo stage and he had that cropped, mega crop top with his abs showing, no wonder he was in the gym so much this like fall, this winter, because he knew he had to show some skin in the summer. Okay? Like, and his ponytail, he had his hair pulled back in a... Don't get me started. It was really, really good. Oh, I want to talk about Hongjoon, in his solo stage, he, like, it was very much giving, like, Brat Tour. And what I mean by that is he had the solo cam while he was walking up the steps to go to the DJ booth, right? And I'm like, okay. And then I didn't even realize this at my show, but at every single show, Hongjoon tries to, like, he'll like freestyle the mix, the club mix that he's doing in the beginning, and then he'll go into his actual song. But he'll customize it for, like, every single stop. So, like, in Baltimore, it was, like, Baltimore music, Baltimore, I don't know actually the word, but I saw it on TikTok after the fact. And then in Miami, he did, like, a Latina mix, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so fun. Like, he's really trying to, like, hone in on, like, the hometown sound, which I think is, like, so fun and cool. And, like, also Hongjoon was just, specifically when they performed Shaboom, I was looking at Hongjoon the entire time. I'm like, you're so mesmerizing. But that's my captain right there, truly. Yeah, and I wrote down everyone wrecked me at one point, so it was a great show, and I love them so much. And every time I have the opportunity to see them, I will, because they truly are incredible. I also went on my friend's bachelorette trip last weekend, which was so much fun. It was in Florida, and it was just so nice to, like, get away from DC and just be where the palm trees are. Honestly, like, it was just so nice to, like, chill and relax and, like, be with new people. And I was a little nervous because I didn't know anybody in the wedding party. So I'm like, I don't know how the personalities are going to mesh, but it honestly worked out great. I like everyone in the wedding party, which is awesome. Hi, Anna, if you're watching this. But obviously I like Anna. Duh. But I was just kind of nervous because I didn't know. I get kind of cautious when meeting new people sometimes, even though at this age I know that I do well in an environment like that if I know at least one person. Like, if I know one person, that's, like, my point person, and I can kind of, like, bounce off of them and they can bounce, whatever. So yeah, that was really fun. And it was just nice to get out of the city and just chill with the girls, you know, have a little drink, have a little Mai Tai, what did I have? A Miami Vice, you know what I'm saying? But it was really fun. I did not get my pub sub from Publix though, which I was kind of sad about, but it just didn't work out that way. I'm hoping, because I'm going to the wedding next weekend, I'm hoping that I can get a pub sub then, because I really would like one. But again, don't know. It's probably not in the cards. If anything, maybe we can get it like a Friday lunch situation, but I really don't know. But I'm super excited for the wedding, and I'm so excited for Anna to get married. Yay! Anna is my freshman year roommate from college, who I love deeply and completely changed my life. So yay. How sweet. Okay, I think it's time that I talk about the summer I turned pretty. Now, guys, can I get vulnerable for a second? Can I get vulnerable? Can I get vulnerable and promise you won't get mad at me? Okay, well, I am coming on here to say that I am Team Jeremiah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Which is why it's been so difficult watching this season. As I'm filming this right now, I've only seen the first 3 episodes, and I think what's today? Wednesday? No. What's today? Oh, no. Today's Tuesday. Oh, so there isn't a new episode. Okay, that makes me feel better. Because I was like, I thought it was Wednesday, and I'm like, I'm not watching the new episode tonight. Like, I can't. So it's only been the first 3 episodes so far. Now, I understand that, like, being Team Jeremiah is not the popular opinion. I trust and believe, I'm aware. Okay? My timeline is full of Jeremiah hate, which, like, you know, from an outsider's perspective, I get it. Especially this season. Baby, I understand. But you have to meet me where I'm coming from. Because first of all, I do like an underdog sometimes. And in season 1, Jeremiah was that underdog. And you know what? Jeremiah was, I wouldn't say the light, but he was kind of the sunshine to the angst that was Conrad. Okay? I understand Conrad was going through something. Okay? I understand that he was going through a lot. He realized that his mother was sick. Okay? He realized that his mother was going to die. Okay? I get it. He was going through a lot, but he was taking it out on everybody else and not dealing with his emotions. He wasn't dealing with his emotions in a healthy way. Okay? And quite frankly, he was being very mean to Belly. And that's something I don't tolerate. Not saying that, like, I'm a Belly defender, but as a man, why are you being mean to a woman? A girl at that. She was in high school. Like, you didn't have to do all that. You didn't have to make her feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I liked Jeremiah. Because, you know, he was that friend for Belly. He was always there for her. He would try to cheer her up. He would always be there to, like, be the one to get the party started. You know what I'm saying? And, like, he saw Belly for who she was and appreciated her where she was at. Okay? I'm about to preach right now. But I just I don't like the trope where it's like, yeah, my boyfriend is mean to everybody else but me. Like, I don't like that. You have to be nice to everyone. If you want to be with my lover, you have got to get with my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be mean to everybody. You have to be nice. You have to be tolerable. Like, I don't play about that. Literally, if you want to be my lover, you have got to get with my friends. And thank you, Spice Girls, for that. Because what? You're not about to sit up here and be rude to everybody else. He literally ruined her prom. He ruined her prom because he could not communicate. Conrad ruined Belly's prom. And I get it. But at that point, everybody knew about Susanna. Everybody was going through it. And I understand. It's Conrad's mom. I get it. But also, I just felt like he was like, I can't. If you didn't want to go, just say something. That's another thing with Conrad. Just open your mouth and say something. Just speak how you feel. Even this season, I'm like, okay, so you're just going to, like, you're not going to take any initiative. If you want her so bad, go get her. If you want her so bad, go get her. But yet, he's like, it's that chapter's over. And yet you're still hung up on her. Like, I don't get it. Whatever. Like, he just cannot communicate. And I understand he's going to therapy now and he's trying to get better, but, like, you still cannot communicate. Anyway. One thing that I will always say about Jenny Han, the creator. One thing about Jenny, she's going to make an incredible playlist. She's going to literally craft the most perfect soundtrack to whatever project she is doing. And that's something you can never take away from her, because I mean, the material's there. Okay, we have The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is just like Taylor Swift song after Taylor Swift song, but it works. But it's also not just Taylor Swift. Like in the first episode, they played Taehyung's Friends, his song Friends. I just about screamed. Like, oh, I'm pretty sure she also played Ariana. I was like, like, turn it off. But also keep going, because that was incredible. She just has a way with songs. Like in the first season when Funeral started playing by Phoebe Bridgers. Take me away, because why would you do that? Jenny is truly incredible at her craft. Oh, I was saying The Summer I Turned Pretty, to all the boys I loved before, EXO Kitty. Yeah, get into it. She perfected that music. She really did. One other note that I really do want to say, and then maybe I'll get into the actual plot of this season, but I fear I do love Steven. And I I felt this way before, but like this season specifically, I'm like, yeah. Yes, thank you. I love him. And I do like him and Taylor, even though they are annoying. But every time I think about them, I think it was in season 2, that I forgot what was happening actually, but the kiss that they had on the car where he literally fell back into that was magic. Go back and watch that scene with Taylor and Steven where they literally like fall into the car, onto the hood of the car. That was, I mean, you couldn't choreograph anything better. It was magic. It was magic on that screen. But yeah, I'm loving Steven. Even though, can we talk about how everybody in this season of The Summer I Turned Pretty is a cheater? I already knew before going into this that Jeremiah was going to cheat, okay? Now, when Belly asked how many times did Jeremiah have sex with that girl, and he said twice, I said, ooh. that really hurt me. I didn't know he was going to say twice, because hey, that's crazy. I can't even, I gotta give it to him. That's crazy. So yeah, but also I was not expecting Taylor and Steven to be cheaters. They were both in prospective relationships, and yet they were hooking up on the side. Jenny, who hurt you? Jenny, come here. Who hurt you? Why in every series do you have cheating? Every single series. I hope you're okay. Because the cheating storylines have got to stop. I can't keep doing it. I really can't. I can't do it. I have a list of irrational fears, and I should put being cheated on there. I'm gonna add that later. But yeah, there's just so many cheaters this season. I'm like, what's going on? So yeah, that was a rough watch. That was really rough. And also just I hate a miscommunication trope, and that's exactly what's happening with Steven and Taylor right now, which is just like, I want you just sit down and speak. Again, communicate, just sit down. But no, it's going to be a whole thing until the last episode, and then they're going to be like, "Oh, is that what you meant?" Get out of here with that. What else do I want to talk about? I'm not going to talk about Jeremiah's tiny ring. I'm not going to do that. I will say though, when I do feel bad for Jeremiah in the sense that like his dad actively hates him, and always compares him to Conrad. Like that, you take the context out. You can't deny that is really rough to go through. Yeah, that's rough. But when they were at the dinner after was it the dedication? Is that what it was called? And Jeremiah's dad was like, yeah, I'll take the surf and turf. And he goes, I'll do the same. Yeah. After Laura was like, I got it. Yeah, I get it. I see where y'all were coming from, okay? I see it. Also, one last thing. I don't like Conrad's friend. Like the girl who works at the hospital with him. Like, I'm not really vibing with her. I don't know what she's bringing. I mean, she's bringing something to the table, but like, I'm not liking what she's serving. You know what I'm saying? That was such a Gen Z, like, quote. Okay. I think we've gone on long enough. You already know what I got to talk about. Because, the content never stops. And I tried my best to not, but here we are. Love Island. Okay, so this week, which actually feels like eons ago, and I think it was, Shelly and Alandria went on, baby, this is Kiki. They went on the Kiki Palmer podcast, which I was so excited to see because I was just, again, like I said before, I was just hoping that they could have a real conversation about representation in media. And that's exactly what they did. And I was so, so excited about it. And I really wanted Kiki to do it, to interview them, because obviously Kiki has been in the industry for, as long as all of us have been alive. Like, she is a star and she always will be. And, they talked about how, as Black women, we have to carry ourselves a certain way, especially on TV. And it was just a really good conversation. So I would highly recommend people listen to that, because it was really nice to hear, and like just them acknowledging the disparities and like double standards that there are. It's not something that we can change right now, but it is nice to talk about and acknowledge, and just know that, the way that they represented themselves on TV was exactly how it should have been. And, anyway, enough of that. But one thing that I did take away from this is that I really want, obviously, I want Nick and Alandria to do more joint interviews together. And so take a step back. I want the couple from season 1 of Love is Blind, Cameron and Lauren, who are also an interracial couple, Black woman, white man. I need them to interview them. I'm actually fiending for it, because although I do love Kiki, and I do think she did a great job with interviewing, the interview was good in the sense of like, from Black woman to Black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But I do have to acknowledge that I do think that Kiki was not on board with Nick Alandria, which is also very interesting, because as I'm filming this, Kiki the other day teased that she interviewed Nick and Taylor, which I am shocked by. And I'm assuming it's going to come out next week or something. But yeah, I am shocked that she interviewed, of all people, I thought it would be like Nick and Ace, like the opposite of Alandria and Shelly. But no, it was Taylor and Nick, which, again, I'm interested to see how that conversation goes, because when I was watching this, it was very apparent that, like, 1, Kiki doesn't trust Nick. 2, Kiki, I don't think, likes Nick. And I don't think she was really sold on the relationship that Nick and Alandria had built, if that makes sense. I don't know. It just kind of, I just felt like she was very skeptical of Nick. And at the end of the episode, which I think was the reason why a lot of people were like, ew, Kiki, why would you do that? She goes, I'm rooting for Alandria to find someone who deserves all of her greatness, whether that be Nick or someone else. We'll see. Oh, that was hard. That was hard to listen to, because that's not really giving, like, reassurance to their relationship. And if, at this rate, if anybody is locked in, it's them. Okay, it's actually crazy what has gone on. But yeah, that's why a lot of people were like, oh, Kiki. And there's also this tweet that I need to pull up that I completely forgot about. But I think this tweet kind of summarizes like how I was feeling during the interview. This person goes, after watching the Kiki Palmer podcast, this might get people upset, but it's clear that some Black people still believe Black people should only date within their race. That's why they can't see that Nick and Alandria are genuinely into each other. Don't allow ignorance stop. What? That doesn't make sense. Basically, they're saying, don't allow ignorance to stop you from finding your soulmate. Okay. Which I think pretty much sums up how Kiki might have been feeling. Obviously, I don't know Kiki. Like, let me just say that. I don't know Kiki personally. But I think she was so gung-ho about Shelly and Ace, which obviously they're both Black. But again, I don't think she fully trusted Nick, which I understand, because at that point it had been like maybe 2 to 3 days out of the villa and they had been together for a week. And she obviously saw that, Nick had the strong connection with Sierra, and I'm sure she's going to ask about that. I think the podcast is already filmed actually, but I'm sure she asked about all of that and how that translated in the whole Taylor, Alandria of it all, and it, all of that. But yeah, I just feel like maybe she wasn't completely on board with that. But I said that Alandria liked Nick in the beginning, obviously, but she stopped herself because she didn't think she was his type. It's bigger than y'all think. This was a really important part of the interview for me to hear for some reason. But she was explaining about how she didn't think that Nick was actually into her. And like, she didn't think that she was Nick's type because the way that Alandria grew up, obviously she grew up in the South and she, grew up in Alabama of all places. So it's like, I'm sure in the schools that she was in, like, there were, a lot of white people. And I don't know. I think I can definitely relate to this because I was homeschooled for a little bit. So I was not getting any male attention there. And then once I did go to college, even though it was a smaller college, I went to a PWI. So it was like, okay, well, I find these people attractive, but like these people do not find me attractive, and I know they don't, and it's deeper than that. And that's why I ride so hard for this relationship on top of so many other reasons. But like, it just defies the odds, even when you think like, oh, I don't think that could ever happen. Like, they are defining the odds for me. And that is why I love them. They just like, come on. Also in this interview, I'm talking a lot about Alandria, but duh, I love her. Also in this interview, Alandria was like clocking the girls like left and right. She's like, well, there's no competition here. Yeah. And then she's like, well, you can compare me, because she was talking about how, like, people were skeptical about, like, the way that her body looks. And she's like, no, I'm literally all natural. Like, if you want to compare me to the natural self of you. Like, ooh. Okay, I heard you. I literally heard you loud and clear. Thank you. Now, during this was like the first week out of the villa. So I was literally, the amount of content that I was getting, absolutely insane. But Nick and Alandria did a live, like one of their last nights that they were together in LA. I sound like a stalker. Anyway, she was talking, she made a comment that was like, something about my leave out. And Nick was like, what? And obviously he didn't know what a leave out was. And if you don't know what a leave out is, basically sometimes when a woman gets a sew-in, which is like they braid your hair and then they sew the tracks onto the braids, you can get a leave out, which is like they leave part of your hair out and then your hair goes over the tracks. So obviously you can't see them and it looks like, your natural hair. So that's what Alandria got after the villa. She took her like boho braids out and she got a sew-in. And she was talking about her leave out and then Nick was like, what? He didn't know what that was. And then she was explaining to him on live what a leave out was. She took his hand, let him feel her tracks on her head. Now, to put that into perspective, that is a huge deal. Okay. You don't just do that to anybody. Most people don't. Okay. Me personally, I'm very open to like conversations about my hair because like all my life I've been around white people and they've asked questions about my hair. So I'm just like very like lackadaisical with it. I'm like, okay, yeah, like what do you want? What do you want to know? I don't care. But for someone like Alandria to trust someone so much to have them like literally feel the top of your head where the track is and where the social implications of that, it was crazy. And I literally, like, while I was watching it, I wanted to tear up. I'm like, oh my God, she trusts him so much, it's sick. Anyway, I had to talk about that moment because it was truly like, it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to me. Also, Landria at this time retweeted something that was like, and this is my man. And it was like pictures of her and Nick. Wake it up, let it be known. And like, even now, like they still comment on each other's things. And they're like, even today, Nick posted, first of all, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I have to talk about it. So I'm actually not even going to touch on the whole Sierra of it all, but basically Sierra, after a couple, days, or I think maybe a week out of the villa, she's like, I'm going to go to Greece. I'm going to go to Mykonos. Okay, so she goes to Mykonos. She makes a post, a shady little post that was like, yeah, I got the villain edit and my friend went after the guy that I liked and all that. I'm not touching on that. Anyway, she gets back from Greece. Guess who's in Greece right now? Yeah, you guessed it right. Nick and Alandria are in Greece as we speak. And they posted something today that was like, it was the quote, like, catch flights, not feelings. And then the caption said, we caught both. And at the, and get this. And Alandria commented on that post and she goes, I love doing life with you. I love doing life with you? Fuck off. Like, what do you want me to say about that? What do you want me to say? Like, are you kidding? That's so sweet. I love doing life with you. Leave me alone. Also today, there was a comment that was like, they're not going to make it the holidays. And Nick responded and was like, I'll send you the Christmas card. Shut up. I'll send you the Christmas card. Shut up. How do I get on the list for the Christmas card? I'll pay money. I'll pay money for the Christmas card. You just let me know. You let me know and I'll be sending over that address quickly, with the quickness. I don't know. Also, I'm sorry. This is literally I'm sorry, guys. But you already know, like, the reunion we still have a month until the reunion. Like, this is not going to stop. I'm sorry, this isn't going to stop. And when I tell you, like, it has been a drought, okay? It has been a drought for the past, like, 5 days because Alandria was in New York. Nick was still in LA. They were separate, okay? The only interactions we had were, like, maybe little comments, which I'm about to talk about right now. But we have been in a drought for so long, and that post today was like, it was like water. I mean, it was water in a drought. Like, what's that one line from the Cinderella movie? I'm trying to think of it. Waiting for you is like waiting for water in this drought, hopeless in something. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but that's how we're feeling. But anyway, there was another moment where Alindria like commented on one of Nick's TikToks that he made. I forgot what she said. But she's like, you need to go to bed. And he's like, come home. Come home. Leave me alone. What is this home you speak of? You're homeless, Nick. Come home. Okay. I also need to talk about how it's really interesting how now, since everybody's been out of the villa for like a while now, and by everybody, so basically Jeremiah, I don't know where, I think he said this on like a stream or something, but he said that out of everyone, Alandria was girlfriend material, and that he regrets not talking to her more in the villa, not getting to know her more in the villa. Oh, now you regret that? Imagine the love triangle we could have had in a perfect universe between Jeremiah, Alandria, and Nick. Nick would have actually like punched him. Nick would have actually punched Jeremiah square in the face. Like, what? And also, Chris was also like, yeah, I wish I could have pursued Alandria more. What are these men? These men are coming out the woodworks. Oh, now you want to be interested in me? If I was Alandria, I'd be like, now you want to be interested in me now that I'm literally booed up? You're crazy. And she even talked about this in the interview with Kiki. She's like, people have always been intimidated by me, by like just me not even saying anything. And I'm like, that makes sense, because like, have you seen you? But also like, Chris literally said he wished he would have pursued Alandria. Okay. Like all of this Love Island talk, I'm like, oh, I really want to be on a reality TV show. I really do. I think it could be really fun. Would it be emotionally draining? Yeah. Could there be a possibility that I would be sent home immediately? Maybe. Not for like problematic reasons, just for like whatever. It depends on what show I'm on. Like if I'm on Love is Blind, like maybe I just wouldn't find my person, which I mean, at that point it's like, damn. But like a Love Island situation, like I could be sent home. I could be one of the first ones sent home, like Belle Dasha. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There's also rumors about Belle Dasha and Jeremiah hooking up, which I'm like, okay. Okay. I'm not going to talk about that. Also, since Love Island is over, sorry, I'm like smacking my lips in the mic. Since Love Island is over, there has been a couple clips from Too Hot to Handle, and not just Too Hot to Handle USA, Too Hot to Handle Italia. Okay, so mind you, this show is fully in French. No, sorry, that's so stupid of me to say. This show is fully in Italian because they're in Italy. My God, Lord Jesus, help me. It's late, guys. Sorry. So, mind you, this show is fully in Italian. And I keep getting propaganda clips. Okay, that's what I'm calling it out. It's propaganda clips of this couple. What's her name? Ibiza and Daniela, I think. But it's also another interracial couple, which why I said propaganda. But they keep coming up on my timeline. And I'm like, I can't watch this. I cannot get got by another interracial couple. I can't do this. I don't have the time for it. I also don't want to read that much. I don't want to read like that. I don't know what you're saying. I wouldn't even know how to watch that. And I didn't even look it up. I didn't even look into it because I'm like, I can't be doing that. But I think they're still together and it looks like they have great chemistry. So I'm like, work, you know? Okay. Lastly, on the Love Island wrap up, we have to talk about Kenny and Janae. They broke up as of like 2 days ago. And the details are still unclear about what happened. But as I'm filming this today, we got so many statements. It's been kind of like radio silence. They confirmed the breakup yesterday, because at that point there had just been like reports about it. But we kind of knew because Janae deleted every single post of Kenny off her Instagram. She took Kenny's name out of her bio and she turned off all of her comments. So that's pretty much a telltale sign that something is going down. But yeah, they confirmed it, today from them. First, Janae made a statement, and then Kenny made a statement, and then Janae made a counter statement being like, you liar, you didn't even tell the truth. Like, stop talking before I start talking. You know what I mean? And then Leah, quoted that one and was like, what did she say? You clout demon. She said something about a clout demon. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then Liv hopped on the chat and she's like, you're a despicable, racist human being. Mind you, everybody is... Oh, I actually wrote down what Janae said, because this was crazy. She basically was saying how Kenny has been, lying since day one, which I'm like, okay. So she was basically saying how she has seen all of our theories, because a lot of people were online speculating that he cheated and all of these theories. She's like, I've seen your theories and nothing matches to the terrible, disgusting, and how disappointing this truly is. Terrible, disgusting, and disappointing, quote. So honestly, personally, it's giving like second family. It's giving like he had a second family in Texas and that's why he didn't want to move in with her. And like, I don't know. But again, this is all speculation. None of this is confirmed. It is confirmed that they broke up, but it is not confirmed as to why. But people keep saying that, like Serena said he was a narcissist and a racist. Leah said he was a racist. Liv said he was a racist. So I'm like, something bad has happened. Something bad is happening in Oz, guys. Woo. But I really am thinking about Janae, because I cannot imagine. This was like days before her 1 year anniversary with Kenny. And they were all supposed to be, celebrating their 1 year anniversaries with their significant others, PPG back on top. I said that weird, but I really do feel bad for Janae, and I hope she is okay, and I hope she's surrounded by people who love her, and I think she is, but I can't even imagine what she's going through, because, if you've seen them interact at all, Janae wanted a life with Kenny, and she wanted to take that next step in her life as to be a mother and a wife and all of that stuff. So that is really hard to come to terms with. Last but not least, switching gears absolutely completely, but I have to talk about these two things. So, Harry Styles, a couple days ago. Well, I think at this point it's been like a week. A week ago, he dropped like a teaser on the Pleasing site, which Pleasing is his brand. He has nail polishes, bags, clothes, fragrances, like all the fun stuff for the girls and the gays, you know what I'm saying? Or the guys. You don't have to be gay to like it. But yeah, he has like clothing and everything. But originally when Pleasing was announced, we all thought, Pleasing? What do you mean by that? But then we realized it was just like, nail polish. But now Harry has he's taken the name to what we thought it was in the beginning. Harry Styles has now come out with a vibrator and lube, so everyone can find their pleasing. Right. Let me tell you, when the first teaser dropped, everybody was like, oh my God, we're finally getting toys. And I was like, guys, how did we get that from from this like little, like, I'm talking, the teaser was basically like tapping on like some type of, not, it wasn't keyboard, it looked, I don't know, it was tapping, but then someone was like ear against the wall, and I'm like, how did we get that from there? But like, obviously looking back, like, you could take it there, but again, like, those context clues were not laid out to me. And then in the second teaser, I forgot what happened in there. And then people are like, oh, we're definitely getting them. We're definitely getting them. And I'm like, guys, I was having a hard time believing the Harrys, because I'm like, guys, I don't know. I think we're just bored. Like, it could just be like a new sweatshirt. No, they were right. Once it got to the third ad and we saw those images on the website, I mean, you can't deny that. You can't deny it. And honestly, I'm shocked at how reasonable those prices are, because everything else in the pleasing shop is like kind of expensive. Like a crew neck, and for a pleasing crew neck is $100, and which is why I've never bought one, because $100 for a crew. I want to get the beach bag though. The beach bag looks incredible, and I've always wanted that, and I also want the shorts. But like, that's like not a need, so I just haven't done that. But yeah, once that image came out of the toy and the lube, we all knew that what was happening. And mind you, the both of them went on sale on Friday, sold out in 3 minutes. Okay, like, what? What? No, we're not getting the new album, but we are getting this. What do you want? And if you're asking, no, I didn't get one. No, I did not get my hands on one. So there you have it. Last but not least, I need to talk about something that has really been it has been I don't even know how to describe. Okay, so y'all know who Tom Blythe is, right? Tom Blythe was the young Cornelius Snow in this Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, right? We all remember that movie, right? So I love Tom Blythe. I'm super excited for People We Meet on Vacation with him and Emily Bader. I'm so excited actually for that. And People We Meet on Vacation is literally like the lowest rank Emily Henry book for me. But that's okay. That's okay, because I am excited for the both of them to be on screen together. And maybe the movie can change my mind about the book. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, just talking about Tom Blythe right now. He has released a new audio on Quinn. Now, if you don't know what Quinn is, I don't know if I should be the one to explain that to you. Hey, why not? Quinn is basically like a audio erotica app. So think like audiobook, but like not. It's like, it is an audiobook, but it's more than that. If you're catching what I'm putting down. It's a little more cinematic, okay? It's a little more not fairy tale. What's the word? You have to use a little bit more imagination. And that's all I'm gonna like. I can't get into it. But basically, he is the newest celebrity to do an audio for them. There's nothing else I can actually say, because like, I mean, you're just gonna have to like listen for yourself. Let me tell you, I listened to the first episode and it was incredible, because Tom Blythe on Quinn, like, are you kidding? Tom Blythe on Quinn. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So cool. That's cool. Like, I didn't think that was something that would ever, you know, I'm getting flustered. I have to stop talking about it. Anyway. And with that, like, it's over. Like, I'm done with this episode. I hope you had a great time listening. Again, you're gonna have to, like, we're going to keep talking about Love Island because, again, the reunion is at the end of August. But you know what is? You know what is happening next? Actually, what am I talking about? Whatever. I'm rambling now. But I leave for Lollapalooza tomorrow as I'm filming this, so I'm super excited. I'm so excited to go back home, go back to Lala. Again, I am a little nervous because I feel like there will be a lot of high schoolers, but we'll talk about that next week, and I'll tell you, who I went to see, what was my favorite part. It's going to be a Lollapalooza-filled episode, and I'm so excited for it. I thought about maybe vlogging Lala because I think it would be fun, but also, I don't think I'm going to do that. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. I will talk to you guys next week. Again, please rate the podcast. I'm trying to get back on schedule, so hopefully I'll have this uploaded on Thursday or maybe even Wednesday night if I get crazy. But yeah, I'm trying to get back on schedule because I do want to take this more seriously. So new episodes every Thursday on Spotify and on YouTube. Sometimes the YouTube upload is a little late because the internet is not always reliable for me personally, and it takes me a long time. And I'm also doing everything on my phone, so it does take a long time. But anyway, yeah, I'll talk to you guys next week, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.